Yeah, good morning, guys. Uh, you can go and finish your internet, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay.
No problem.
Yeah, good morning, guys. This is Martha Rising with Human Steven, and I want to say a very good morning to every one of you who are taking out your time every morning to be with us here. Uh, this is another new day. This is the sixth day of the month of January, and we are always here to give you the latest news in town. Today is going to be really, really interesting. Please, if today is your first time, please just kindly press the share button and share to friends. Let's invite friends in, and let's see how we can discuss together what is happening around Nigeria and how we can make this out a more better, workable, functioning, part of the Nigerian of today. Yes, guys, I'm just trying to share. Please just do your own too and share to everyone on your list. Okay, guys. Just share. If today's your first time following me, please kindly go to Martha Rising with Human Steven. Just click on there and you can share the video. If you'll be following me on my private Facebook page, please, I will encourage you to also go to Martha Rising with Human Steven. There I'll be putting up all the links right now to that. You can go to my Facebook, you're going to get it. I will be putting all the links there right away for every one of you to follow. So all you're going to do, go to my Facebook link. You're going to get Martha Rising with Human Steven already posted there. You can also watch it along with me there. While you are there, you just press the share button so that you will be getting notification immediately I am online. Okay, guys, today is going to be really, really fun and interesting. And I was watching one news yesterday that I'm going to start with that before I go to the main news today. Like I've been telling many of our IPOB brothers that IPOB is not the movement. IPOB is just a platform created to actualize the dream of the biafra. And I was watching Samuel Ekpo yesterday, first time that I really sat down to watch him, that he speaks what I really expect him to speak. And I want to say, guys, it is our time we throw aside whatever actions or inactions we display on the social media space. Let us think together and see how we can make the South a better place. Let's see how we can make, the South a more workable, side of the nation. Like what he said, your problem is not the South, your problem is the North and the political class who has perpetually held you hostage in your country. That was the exact word of Simeon yesterday in that very particular video that he played. So that actually gave me, a bump on my body. That okay, I think many of us are actually getting more clearer on the agitation of some of us. I am an agitator, but my agitation is not to divide Nigeria. My agitation is to unite the southern Nigerian state for a better and a more workable, Nigeria. This morning I'm going to be having a friend in the house. We'll be having a friend in the house who is going to be here with me today. And I believe strongly that by the grace of God, we will be adding one or two to this very particular program. Every day I try my best to give you guys the best, because I know that you guys will so much love to hear from me. And I decided to do, okay, I'm going to step my game one step up by bringing in one of our brother who is going to be here with us to discuss issues, relating to what we are doing. So I think he's just battling with his internet. So I want us to just wait kindly for him as he comes into the show. Thank you, guys. Please, if today's your first time, subscribe to Nigerians YouTube, give us a thumbs up, and press the notification button so that the moment I am on live, you will be notified. Even 30 minutes before I am online, because I do that. I put it on the schedule so that it will be easier for you to get me ahead of time. And if you are on Facebook, please follow me on Matter Arising with Humanist TV or United Southern Nigeria. Subscribe to those two, YouTube, to those two Facebook, and we're going to show the begin. Now, let's the show begin, guys. While I wait for my brother. Now, you see, yesterday there is already a video that is circulating over the new vigilante group that was on the street of Benin, parading themselves around and putting the stray warnings to all these guys who have actually been creating, havoc in Edo State. I want to say a big thank you to every one of them who has volunteered to bring normalcy back to us. And I'll say a very big thank you to them, guys, that it is actually, we are actually proud of you guys. And we believe strongly that we can be able to sleep now with our two eyes closed. Okay, guys, I want to say thank you. And I want to say also a big thank you to Governor Obaseki for that quick and a speedy, response to some of our suggestions. I want to say thank you, sir, for being there, for trying to be the father that you've always been. I want to appreciate him for a very clear statement that what he did yesterday is a show that is actually a father, figure to his people. And also there is another news I'm going to talk about today. One of the news is Igbo can't unite. Igbo can't unite for presidency. Yet talk about biafra. That this one was coming from Chimamanda Adichie. Okay, Chimamanda Adichie is a noble right literature, activist. She's from the Igbo extraction also. And that is what we're going to talk about today is, as a nation, we can't afford to fail this year. That one is from our former president, Goodluck Jonathan. As a nation, we can't afford to fail this year. The other news we're going to talk about today is a militant bomb ex-leader home in Bayesal. Militant bombs ex-leader's home in Bayesal State. And the next one is the first City Monument Bank MD, Adams Nuru, finally speaks, breaks silence, open up about Tunde's death, reveal the real father of the case, his relationship with Tunde and wife Moyo, the divorce, and much more. Okay, the next we're going to talk about today is police boss order investigation into escape from Benin detention, from police detention in Benin City. Police order, investigation into escapees from police detention in Benin City. The next news we're going to have on our deck is court admits Obaseki original certificate as evidence. Obaseki is actually battling, his certificate saga with the All Progressive Congress. But yesterday, Obaseki's certificate was admitted, the original were admitted as an evidence by the court, the High Court in Abuja, which actually putting the entire case together. The next one is going to be Governor Umahi now supporting Northerners against his people over Fai's presidential ambition. That was from the IPOB house. Okay, guys, and the next one is that court reject police request for more time over sowore based application. You all know what happened to Governor, to activist Omoyele Sowore, who on the 31st of December decided to go on a peaceful demonstration, a crossover peaceful demonstration in order to end the errand, the tyranny of a bad government, and all he could do. Over 10, vans filled with the Nigerian police swarm up on them, beat them up, get them injured, and throw them into prison. Whereby in the 1999 Constitution, as amended, they have their fundamental human rights to actually protest, peaceful protest. But in the Nigeria of today, peaceful protest is a crime, is an abomination, and if you do it, you end up in jail. If you're just coming in, guys, please kindly follow us on Matter Rising with Jumani Steven or United Center Nigeria. And if you're watching us from Facebook, I want to advise you, please subscribe to Nigeria's YouTube and press your notification button and give us thumbs up. Because thumbs up help, let me tell you guys, the thumbs up we get, the last comment we get helps us, the thumbs up helps the Facebook and YouTube to give you notification faster. The more thumbs up you get, the more opportunity you get of getting, a notification as fast as possible. Then the thumbs up, the comments you put on below, we read all your comments, guys. Know that I read every comment that you put, both on YouTube and on Facebook. The reason why I do that is for me to actually get a feedback from you guys if I'm doing the right thing or not. Okay, guys? So please put your comments in there. Let us go to your comments. It helps us to understand what we are doing. Then the last news for today is going to be Buhari inflict more hardship on Nigerians with 50% increase in electricity tariff as a New Year gift. Okay, that is your president for you guys. He doesn't care about you guys. He does what he wants and how he wants it. So now we're going to go to the first news, and I have my brother in the house today. It has not becoming a popular face, on Nigeria Watch, as you guys know. Please, guys, share this video, share it around, guys. It has not become a popular face on Nigeria Watch. He's one of our colleagues who is actually doing exploit. He was in Benin during the Christmas period, and he did so marvelously well, going from one station to another, trying to show us what we were going through, as a people during the festivity period. And he, as I would say, is a guy. He also came up with a guy who gave us a lot of jokes that there was, and then he laughed my liver out when I was listening to this young guy who was, cracking jokes for us. I want to say welcome, Brother Ima, to the show.
Good morning, my people. Good to be here once again. It's another blessed day. I just want us to go ahead and do the right thing. Forget about what the government is doing. We are here to serve you. We are here to inform you. Enjoy your stay with us.
Okay, guys, let's go now. We are already, guys, get ready for me. Get ready for this show. It's going to be explosive. The first we have there is Igbo can't unite for presidency yet talk about biafra. This is from Chimamanda Adichie. We all know Chimamanda. She's a very popular lady. She's a renowned writer, and she has won so very many awards in the last few couple of days. Of years. She's a very well-known universal lady. So she has her own part of the Biafra agenda. Okay, guys? Now, the renowned writer wondered how Igbo can achieve Biafra when they can't unite towards selecting a Nigerian president who is from the region. According to her, Igbo people need to think how they can strategize politically before talking about secession. Awards. There is no Biafra. There are new movements, but for me, is a question of being practical. Where would the border be? What propelling these movements? Is it a sense of marginalization, which I think is completely valid? But this idea that the answer is independence is what I am not convinced of. Nobody has made a logical case for me. Quite frankly, I have observed the terrible leadership that we have in the Southeast. Igbo people cannot unite. If, for example, we say we want an Igbo president, and then we are talking about Biafra. There is a lot of political work we need to do in the Southeast. We need to do a lot of rethinking on how we strategize politically before we can talk about Biafra, she said. End of quote. Okay, ma. Like I said, today I will not be talking alone. That's why I have another guest in the house. This is a Chimamanda. We all know she's a renowned writer. She has won many awards all over the world. A pretty young lady who does great, who makes us proud as a nation. You know, I'm so proud of her. She's done wonderfully well, and she's saying Igbo presidency. I mean, Igbos. The Biafra agitation is a mirage. What do you have to say about that, sir?
If I have to be honest, I think I agree with her 80%. I agree with her opinion. Just that I will not totally agree that it's a mirage. That's the only point I think I am not totally in agreement with. But other areas of our opinion that states about how the Igbos are going about their the movement, the Biafra ideology, I have some questions about it. They have been marginalized. Agreed, 100%. And if you agree with me, if you want to take it broader, the entire Nigerians have been marginalized. Even the Yorubas that have produced president, the outside that have produced, they are being marginalized. Everybody have a right to claim marginalization. That is very correct. So if Igbos are saying they are marginalized, they are marginalized. They deserve the right to fight for the presidency. Very, very 100%. They deserve the right. But if the area, for me, I think Nigeria would be better as a nation than us going our different ways. But I still agree that if things are not working, if Nigeria is failing the way it's failing, then there is need for every region to call for secession. There is need for it. Maybe that will make the government sit up. So her position that the Igbo should come together and work out a formality, a way that they will be able to fight their fight, whether presidency or Biafra, they need to fine-tune their ideas in a logical way that they can present, they will be able to win people to their side. Let's say, for example, the area of presidency. They are looking at 2023 for their time to be president. Very, very good. Fantastic idea. 100% I'm in agreement with them. They deserve to be the president in 2023. But if you deserve to be the president, it's not just about deserving it. It's not just about wanting it. It's about you playing the right politics. You doing the right things. First of all, win your people. That is the first thing. Win your people. When you are able to get your people together to agree with your idea, then that is the first thing they need to do. Then after winning the people, then play the politics with other regions. You cannot just say you are an Igbo man, you deserve to be president. It's not going to work like that. They are not going to give it to you because you are an Igbo man or because you deserve it. No. Other regions will fight for it. But you now play the politics with other regions. Maybe with the Northerners. Maybe with the Yorubas. Then that is the only way. if you look at this present government, Buhari contested 3 times. He could not win until he decided to liaise with the Yorubas or the Southwest, so to speak. That was how he was able to achieve his ambition. So I think the Igbos have a lot to learn from this angle. They need to be strategic. They need to be persuasive. They need to persuade people. And in persuading people, you need to play politics. Okay. You need to carry people along. So I totally agree with her point. I am in full support. Just that the only area I don't agree is that the idea of biafra is, no, it's not a mirage. They have the right to call for it. Every don't have the right.
Yeah, I think so. Why she says it's a mirage? Because she has not been convinced about the ideology of the movements that is coming up for a Biafra state. What is their reasons? Is it marginalization? So she even said, which she totally agreed to. But first, before you can be able to, this is what I'll be saying, before you can be able to get a nation, you must liaise with others.
Yes, of
this was one of the reasons why we came up with what we call the United Southern Nigeria Movement. The idea of the United Southern Nigeria Movement is to bind the entire South together, the West, the South, and the East, to speak in one voice, operate as one indivisible entity in comparison to the North. So now, because the North have 1, not 3, they give them 3, but they still operate as 1.
Oh, 1, yeah.
Even when they want to collect money, they divide themselves.
Yes.
But when it comes to political issues, the North bloc still remains the North bloc. But in the South, when it comes to political issues, we are divided. When it comes to economic issues, we are divided. In everything, we are divided. Let me give an example. In 1999, when Obaseki came to power, Obaseki was a Yoruba man from the South. Okay? In 2007, Shehu Musa Yaradua was from Katsina. Maru Musa Yaradua was from Katsina. In 2015, President Muhammadu Buhari was from Katsina. You see that now? So the North is North. For them, it's North. Not, we are Northwest, Northeast, or Middle Belt. No, it is not.
Like that. No. Yes.
So I think that is what she's saying. You must have a political strategy to win the presidency first. Then while you are now in the corridor of power, you can make a lot of movements.
You can work at your,
if need be. So I believe, my brother, if you are here, listen, this is your sister now, speaking to you guys in a very clear language. You guys loved her because of what she has done all over the world. She's not a pushover. She's one lady who is so intelligent, and she just came up and said, we can do it better. First, let us fight to be the president of Nigeria in 2023. From there, we can put up many of these reforms that we are talking about. You know, but listen, you can't do nothing from the back of the house. At
all.
You must be in the house.
Yes.
So if this is where most of us blame our former president Goodluck Jonathan, when he was there, he had the power. But we know it was overshadowed by the northern legacies. But he would have spoken out for people to know his intentions to the people. If the people had known, the South would have known what to do. Okay? And the truth is, just like you said from the beginning, that everybody in Nigeria is already marginalized. I told people, I said, we have 2 people in this nation. They think I'm joking. We have the rich and the poor. There's no Yoruba, there's no Igbo, there's no Hausa, there's no Benin. We only have 2 ethnic groups in Nigeria. 2 only ethnic groups. The rich and the poor. That's it.
That's it, yeah.
All the rich, they're into one ethnic group.
Yes.
They
agree where they need to.
It doesn't matter where they come from.
At all.
This is what I've been saying to many of us, that we should start thinking in this direction. If we think like this, we can be able to achieve something out of what is happening in the nation today. That's going to be the end of that news because we have a lot to give you guys. So we are not going to stay so much time on each of these news today. Then the next news we have on the show is going to be, as a nation, we can't afford to fail this year. This is our former president, Goodluck Jonathan. Okay? Former President Goodluck Jonathan says Nigeria cannot afford to fail in 2021. Please share this video. Give us more likes, guys. In this new year message to Nigerians, ex-President Jonathan said the new year is the beginning of a new journey, a new chapter, a fresh opportunity to start and recover from the losses of 2020. The former president stated that as a nation, we cannot afford to fail this new year, ignoring the existing gaps and contradictions that have continued to threaten our peace, unity, and progress. He said, going forward, we should retool our disposition to imbibe new ways and embrace new traditions, cultures that would correct the faultiness in our nation and promote peace, guarantee security, and hope to all our people. According to him, the nation must prioritize such habits that entrench accountability, justice, and peace in its system. Dr. Jonathan stated further that no matter the present reality today, whether good, bad, or ugly, sweet, sour, or bitter, we must continue to hope and strive for a greater honor and glory for ourselves and our nation in this new year and beyond. It was on the opinion that the recent happenings in our world, especially in Nigeria, should teach Nigerians new lessons, including lessons on faith, solidarity, justice, hope, and peace. We must aggregate these lessons, challenges, gains, as well as losses of this period and enhance them towards national rebirth and reconciliation, Dr. Jonathan stated. He commiserated with families who lost loved ones to COVID-19 and other illness and circumstances in the year 2020. The former president also commended all Nigerians for their patriotism and encouraged amidst dwindling challenges. I salute the sacrifice of those in the front line working tirelessly to ensure our safety and those who have remained committed to protecting our lives and defending our unity, Dr. Jonathan stated. You know, as a president, they always speak like this. Okay, guys, they fight for unity. But I'm going to say clearly, people know me, I'm very blunt when it comes to issues like this. The issue of Nigerian unity lies in the hands of President Muhammadu Buhari. It is plain, it is simple. President has actually divided the nation further than how he met it.
Of course, that's very clear.
Yes, we have been having some issues in Nigeria, but we have never had the issue of agitation of a breakaway. It has never happened since even during the Abacha regime. It was never there. Despite Enko Abiola was rejected from being the president, the Southwest was never marginalized by Abacha government. They got key important positions in the government of General Sani Abacha. All we agitated for was we wanted to end the military rule. Nothing more, nothing less. But now talk of, the marginalization of a certain region. It's not even the Igbos alone. The entire South is being marginalized. Yesterday I was checking the entire appointment he has made. Okay? And he gave 107 appointments to the South, which were more than the North. Okay? And he gave about 80-something position to the North. But all the 80-something positions he gave to the North are all heads of parastatals. The bosses. He made the South the junior, like ones who carry fire along with their oga. They cut their position, but they actually miss nothing. The entire military apparatus, whether paramilitary or whatever, is under the leadership and the control of one region, one religion.
Yeah.
One region, one religion.
One religion.
So this is the problem we are having today. Many of us have spoken to him that, is it possible you can have a rechange, but the guy doesn't listen to anyone. And if you don't do that, then it becomes more and more tough as a nation to move forward in peace when some people are seeing themselves as the Lord, others are seeing themselves as the second class or third class citizen in a nation they call their own. Let's take an example of the commissioner of police that was set up, that was promoted of recent. The Northwest, where he came from, got 12 CPs. The Northeast got 9 CPs. Then the Southwest got 7 CPs, or 6 CPs, 6. South 5. Middle Belt 6. And Southeast 1. What is the rationale behind the promotion, okay? Was it saying that the Southeast are so dull that we don't have qualified police officers who will be appointed or promoted to the position of a CP in the Southeast? So when we talk about unity, we must be able to talk to the leaders that they should stop dividing us for their own personal gains. Until the Nigerian citizens, particularly certain Nigerians, understand this method and terminologies, the nation will not have peace. They know what they are doing. Do you know why they divide us? Because they know we are going to be the one they're going to react for them. Their children living abroad. On our collective wealth. They don't work like we struggle. They live in posh houses, driving posh cars, living large at the expense of the Nigeria people. Preparing them to take over the mantle of leadership in a short while from you and me. So what they do when it comes to the time, they bring up religion, they bring up ethnicity. But when it comes to stealing, they are one. The only way we can be able to do the needful is when we decide to come together. We, the Talakawas, the downtrodden, the less privileged in the society. How can we have unity when the middle class have completely destroyed today? Because of us that are living abroad, we are the ones that try to create the middle class today. Every day they bring up policies to make sure that we don't get there. Now, I can't send Naira home anymore. It has to be dollars or euros. Do we use dollar or euro in Nigeria? You can't send euro to Sweden. You can't. There's no law like that in this country. There's no law like that. That I will not send a euro. If I even send a euro here, they're going to pay me equivalent of the euro. Okay? Now, if you even send a euro now, they will not give you the rate on their own rate to steal from you. If you go to the bank and say, okay, I want to get my euro, they say we don't have euros. Come back in 2 months' time. Because you know why, sir? Because they know you can't wait for 2 months. Then you'll be forced to take their own.
What they have for you.
They will not take your euro now to the black market and change in the black market rate. And they call it interest, profit. But we call it stealing. Because if I send Naira from here directly, I get nearly the same amount I'm going to get if I change my dollar or euro in the black market. This is what is breeding disunity in the nation. What do you have to say, sir?
You see, GJ is a man I respect so well. He have never disappointed me, and he did not disappoint me in this state, in this speech or New Year greetings. Just that, the only thing I want to say is that our leaders have a way of patronizing themselves. You hardly see a Nigerian leader or a politician who will come out and say the truth, speak the truth to power. Yes, if Nigeria must, we want unity, like you said earlier on, it is the leader that will bring about the unity. It's not the average Nigerian, the common Nigerian in the street that is going to bring about unity in Nigeria. It is the leaders, the presidents, the governors, the ministers, the senators that will work at having unity. So what I want to advise our politicians, whether PDP or APC, let us learn to speak truth to the people in power, because that's where we are really lacking. That's one of the reasons we are where we are. We patronize people. We hardly speak the truth. You cannot come and tell us we should focus on good things, things that make us happy. How are we going to focus on things that make us happy when in 2 months you are increasing electricity twice? How are we going to focus on things that make us happy when in everything you do as a president, as a governor, is to step on the throne, on the head of necks of an average Nigerian? What is unity if an average Nigerian cannot come and protest or speak their mind in issues without being harassed, without being oppressed? Look at what is happening to Sowore today. I know we will get there. So we are speaking unity, you are talking unity, but the people, the leaders, are not working at unity. You are not pushing for unity. All you do is to take actions that will make life difficult for us as a people. Every day you wake up in the morning, the news you are going to hear is news that will depress you, news that will make you regret why you were born in Nigeria. So I think I will advise the former president, the man I respect so well, to please know the people to direct your speech to. It's the president, the governors, the senators. Yes, we must not fail in 2021. But if we are not going to fail, it depends on how you manage the Nigeria economy. If we are not going to fail, it depends on how you manage the Nigeria political system. If we are not going to fail, it depends on how you manage the security situation of the country. And in all this, it's just, though we have our contribution, there's no doubt about it. We have our contribution to make all these things work. But the government must set the pace that we are going to move on. The government must set the tone. The government must lead the way. Leadership is not just about collecting salary. You are president or governor, everybody collects salary. You gallivant all over the world. You go with over 200 vehicle when you are going out. You think that's all about leadership? Leadership is about making the people happy, making the people love themselves, work for the people, so that at the end of the day, yeah, the people will be happy to put their own contribution in the system. So if I'm going to wake up in the morning as a businessman, electricity that I'll be paying 5,000 before, in less than 2 months is going to be 30,000 naira. How am I going to be happy when the business is not even moving? You are strangulating everybody. There will be no happiness. That means we have failed. We have even, if you even look at the way the year started already, the government set the tone for failure. How can you arrest a protester on January 1st? And you are talking of happiness? The government have already set the pace for unhappiness, for failure. So, my dear former president, please know where to direct your message to. Greet us as a father, greet us as our leaders, but those kind of things you are talking about, it's not the people that are going to do it.
Yes, they always take everything to us. Every problem is to us.
Thank you. Yes, you push it to us. We were just little weak. We can contribute, but you must set the pace. You must lead the way.
I checked the budget that just passed now. In all the federations, sir, with all due respect, the entire budget is actually made for the elites.
Yes, everything is for the elite. Everything is for the elite.
That the money they borrow it to feed themselves.
Yes.
You
borrow to buy cars. You borrow to buy cars for senators.
Sir, I don't get bursary. They don't pay house rent the way they do in Europe. I don't get free medical care. I don't get free school. Nothing whatsoever. Okay. So how am I benefiting from the budget of the tradition? No good road, no pipe water. No. I provide land by myself. The roads are bad. It destroys my cars. No electricity. I provide electricity by myself.
No security now.
Myself. So every year they come with a budget that is only for them.
And you are telling me with that way we are not failing.
We should be here. How long are we going to be here?
Where what?
We are now becoming a slave. We beg to eat. These guys, they live in affluence. We can't even buy keke nape of 700,000. But they will build a house and buy big motor, Padro Jeep for their girlfriends at the expense of the general people. So let's go to the next news so that we don't, if we say that we are not living. Militant Bomb Ex-leader homes in Bayesal. That's another problem again. The same problem of leadership failure.
Yes.
Leadership failure. You're going to see what they bump him now. The same problem of leadership failure led to these guys now attacking their leaders, their ex-leaders, who took them out for these agitations that they went into. Okay. A coalition of militants in Niger Delta has bombed the country home of a former militant leader in Bayelsa State, General Ogunbos, who they claim abandoned his boys to suffer in the creek and is living big in the city. The aggrieved militant under the age of Niger Delta Cleansing Force for Development, wicked bombed his country home in Southern Ijaw local government area of Bayelsa State for the second time in 1 week. A source revealed the former militant leader managed to escape, adding that the invasion of his home was the beginning of planned attack by foot soldiers on their SY leaders across all the Oyo regions. The irritated militant had on December 25 launched a similar attack on the former militant leader home, accusing him and others of feeding fat on Presidential Amnesty Program Fund. On feeding fat on Presidential Amnesty Program Fund. Vaga could not reach the ex-militant leader yesterday for comment as his phone's line were switched off, but a source close to him denying that he neglected his boys or misappropriated their fund, describing the allegation as false. Well, how did you get money to build the many houses, the many boats you have in the waters? Maybe you give us an answer, General Ogumbos. Okay? Spokesperson of NDCFD, Blackie Perez, in a statement Sunday, confirmed the two attacks, saying more attack will come. His word, the group, which is made up of coalition of militants from different camp and group, is also responsible for the second round deadly attack on General Gumbos, which took place today, Sunday, 3rd January 2021, in this community. The military under the NDCFD are those who fought with some self-acclaimed generals for the emancipation of the zone, but were neglected and left to suffer in the creek while they live in affluence without carrying their boys along. Instead, set them up to kill by the military. The boys are now out to clean the Niger Delta, and most painful is that the so-called generals neglected their strength, which is their food soldiers, and decided to live selfish lifestyle to the detriment of the long neglected region, and we will not stop until our desire is achieved. All those who have used the sweat of the struggle for their personal gain will not be left out, as we have fully identified all of them in different parts of the region, and we will go after them one after the other. Our governors, NDDC board members, Niger Delta Ministry, and other agencies of the federal and state government supervising development for the zone that have turned public fund to their personal one will not be left out in this cleansing until we see a clear picture of development. Enough is enough. It is painful that Niger Delta have continued to connive with the ex-military generals, international oil companies, federal and state government to shortchange the region of its needed development. This trend must stop because nobody is bigger than the region. What is supposed to come to the region is diverted midway, while the people and regions wallow in abject poverty, deprivation, and gross underdevelopment. The so-called general claim to be the Lord over the people. Our bullet will visit them. The rebellion militant assured them. Now, this is what we just said now, about greed. People actually fought for an emancipation. And they got some of the things they want. This is what I am talking about, the Eastern states. When I told you, guys, I am not against biafra per se, but my question is this: how are you going to deal with these criminals?
Yes. Who have been
empowered? Are already member of the Igbo communities, who are Igbo by birth, who are already in the East. How are you going to solve their problems? How are you going to make sure that they don't corrupt the system when we finally get the biafra of our choice?
That's the question. That's the big question.
Like just now, I knew people like Asari Dokubo, I knew General Gombo, Ogumbos, and many others, Tompolo, and many others who were at the forefront for the emancipation of the Niger Delta region. They fought a good fight. They got the attention of the international community. They got the attention of the federal government then under Baro Musa Yaradoa. And amnesty program was declared on them, with some stipends to be paid every month to these guys. The Niger Delta ministry was also established, and the NDC. But if you go to Niger Delta today, as I speak to you, it is still the most backward developed part of the entire state called Nigeria. With over 3 trillion that have come in the last 10 years into the coffers of the NDC. Some few guys are building palatial mansions all over the Niger Delta region at the expense of the people. Where are they getting this money from? Dokubo had a big university in Benin Republic.
Yeah.
Where did he actually get this money from? Tompolo, oh my God. Go to Warri. The area in Warri there, Warri South. and go and see the kind of life that Tompolo lives in. This money that they are using is actually from the sweat of the people. You see, the leadership in Nigeria is a failed system, sir.
Very failed. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Everybody coming into leadership is coming in for one purpose.
Yes.
To enrich himself and oppress the less privileged.
Yes.
You use these guys. You call yourself general, but these guys were actually doing the fight for you. They were at the forefront. They were doing the damage. They were putting their life at risk while you were being guided by battalions of guys that bullet cannot come near you. These guys were being killed in their numbers. Then the moment the money came, you were not living a life of affluence, relegating the same people who stood by you to get to where you are. It is heartbreaking, it is disturbing, and it is worrisome that the nation we have today, everyone who is not dead today, the moment they get there, they change their story. Can you tell me why, sir?
You see, it's very simple. Very, very simple. For decades, for 60 years, we refuse to build a system that works. We refuse to build our nation. Instead, we were interested in building individuals. That is why in every corner, in every area, every state, all you have are powerful people, not powerful nation or powerful institutions. So anybody that comes into the system by any means, either by chance or by merit or whatever, only thinks of how to take advantage of the system in all areas of our life, in all forms of our life. The only thing we think, because the system does not work. So even if you come up with a mindset of coming to do the right thing, the system forces you to take the route of wickedness and destruction. Because we refuse to build a system. Nothing. Now, let's look at it technically. In Nigeria, you cannot stand and say, this is what I want. You are a politician. You are a senator, you go into the Senate with the mindset, I'm going to fight the system. Once you get there, the system will burn you. You don't have option. First of all, everything is faulty with our constitution. Everything is faulty with we don't have a constitution. Starting from that constitution that we are standing on today, everything about it is faulty. The people that came about that constitution came with what they wanted to use the opportunity to build their estate, to build their family. So now everybody is now coming. When Obasanjo came in 1999, he did his best. When he now realized that he was going, second term was almost over, he began to think of a third term. Having realized that he did not do much, he cannot do much, he decided to think of third term. So that one distracted him. Now, Yaradua came. No way, the system did not let him do what he wants. Instead of allowing the right things to happen, we always want to make it work for us. And a nation cannot work like that. A nation cannot work like that. We must learn to, whatever we are doing, it must be something that works for everybody, at least 80% of the generality of the people. So you go into the National Assembly, or people you are going to meet, there are people who only think of how to increase their salary. It's not how to bring about laws that will work for everybody, no. The governors come in, the same thing. Maybe they have a good mind before. Once they are there, they realize that the system, if they have the plan to do the right thing, but somebody is going to go to court and use propaganda and every other thing to distract you, to create problem for you. So you realize that, if I continue like this thing, you know, in a case of, if you cannot beat them, you join them anyhow. So the same thing happens in National Assembly, it happens in governor, even in the presidency. The only one that have the power to really change this, by the time we are going to be lucky, maybe the president. And to an extent, if you still see it, the power is still limited. I know Nigeria president is very powerful. One of the most powerful presidents in the world. But when you now have this set of politicians who are in the Senate that are there with him, then there's some level of check and balance. So until we have leaders who are selfless, who are ready to say, now we must fix Nigeria. And how are we going to start it to fix it is by, first of all, dealing with themselves up there. Making sure that he's going to step on toes. He's going to forget about if he's going to come second term. Because one of the reasons that kills our politicians is that once they come in, the next thing they are going to be, from the next week after they are swearing in, they're thinking of their second term. So they want to please everybody. Yeah. So they cannot come up and enforce laws that they are supposed to enforce.
Thank you very much.
So everybody come and take advantage of the system. So that is why one man will just carry few people in the street, use them, give them gun to create havoc. They give him money to settle them. They collect the billions, give them a 20 naira. The next thing is going to build market, because he knows that nobody is going to ask him anything tomorrow. So they cannot go and build university everywhere. They cannot go and buy private jets everywhere, because nobody is going to ask them. If you ask them, even when at times there's somebody is trying to ask them, all they just need, because they have impoverished the people, they have given very poor education to the people. So or you just don't go to 1,000 naira in the face of the youths in the area. They collect it, they follow them with placard. You are doing this because this person is from the South, because he's not a Christian, or because he's from Northeast, that's why you are doing this, or because he's a Yoruba man, that's why you are doing this. If he was from the North, you cannot do this. So at the end of the day, the matter just go and go and go like that. Nothing happens. So until we have somebody who is ready to build the system, and it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy where we are, because nothing works. And nobody is ready to work at it, say, let's fix it. No, everybody just come, collect what they want to collect. That's why they are planning now. All the politicians, the strong men, they are planning. I want to be president 2023. They are not coming to do anything. You ask them, they don't have any plan. All they just want is zone it to our side, or let me be president because I was once a governor. Then it's my turn. It's my turn for my region. Ask them, what is your action plan? What are you going to do? They are not going to be able to tell you anything.
Okay, sir. Let's go to the next. Let's go to the next one now. The first sitting Monument Bank MD Adamu Nuru finally breaks silence, opened up about Tunde's death, revealed the real father of the kids, his relationship with Tunde and wife Moyo, the divorce, and much more. Please, guys, this news have been on the burner, and I'll be following it bomber to bomber. I spoke here some few days ago, and I got a lot of flashback that I was supporting the man. No, I wasn't supporting the man. I was just trying to state the obvious. If you know me, you might see me as one guy who tell you the way it is. Okay, I'm going to say that before I read his write-up. Every relationship is decided by a woman, not the man. Every relationship is decided by a woman, not the man. We must get that clearly. Number two, every sexual intercourse is decided by the woman, not the man. The man can't control himself, but the woman can. That is why it is very difficult when you see a woman raping a man. But you can see men raping women. So it is a concept of the woman that brings about a relationship, not the concept of the man. There are things we need to know. I am not trying to swear for Adams. No, Adams has committed crime because he has crossed the line. There are many young ladies who are staffs of the FCMB bank that he would have decided to have a nice stand with, wherever it is, not a married woman. And I said in my last video, maybe there is something bigger than what you and I do not know. For a child of 8 years, the first child was 8 years. The second child was 5 years. For a child of 8 years to be the father, to be the daughter of the MD, and the marriage is for how long? They've not told us that. I want to know, how long was Moyo married to Tunde? I am a journalist. I am an analyst. So we do find this. If you can tell me how long was Tunde married to Moyo, we might be able to understand that Moyo and Adams are being in a relationship before Tunde married Moyo. You can't take that away from it. That was why she had the mind to keep the relationship the secret for the child, 8 years, and 2 children at the same time. There is many things we need to know. But let's look at what Nuru said in this write-up, guys. You just give me time today. Like I said, that's why I brought someone in. We're going to take some of your time. Okay? Adams Nuru, Managing Director of First City Monument Bank, has denied the allegation of sexual misconduct against him. Adams, in a statement released on 3rd January, stated that the story was fabricated and fake during the and urging the general public to disregard the story. This is strong. The statement, read the statement below. Other than circulating rumors, that petitioner offers no iota of fact on the matter, inasmuch as the writer and publisher of the article remains anonymous. I will enjoy us all to maintain the story as fake news. That is, stop spreading rumors. If anyone is truly concerned or have information, such should take the legal and proper approach. Tunde is a highly private person who views challenges in life as opportunities to shine. But for that, Tunde would not have taken kindly to these publications. He never complained nor claimed to nurse a grudge against anyone on his past marital affairs. This much I know because we talk, wine and dine together, often within the last 20 years. Nuru, Adams Nuru know Tunde for 20 years. Tunde's first daughter is 8 years old, guys. We wine, we dine together. Listen, guys, you guys should always trust my judgment when I am out here to give you the fact the way they are. If they wine, they dine together for 20 years, then Moyo was once a time Mr. Adams Nuru side chicks before she finally married Tunde. And I'm very sure that Tunde meant Moyo in Adams' office. You might be surprised now. That's what they meant. As at this time, Moyo was already dating Nuru Adams. And because there's already a relationship going on, and Adams is already married with kids. So Moyo want to also have a life. And that's how it happens. Let's go on. Let's go. Maybe we'll get it. Neither nor any member of his family raise any dust about this matter. It is very wrong and totally unacceptable for an alien entity to seek cheap publicity at the expense of a gentleman that's gone to be with the Lord. Grieving friends and family members of every mother, siblings, and wife should not be caused further hardship. According to the news making around, the knowledge of the alleged paternity of the children led to the death of Moyo's husband, Tunde. Meanwhile, a family source who pleaded anonymity disclosed that in December 2017, Moyo and Tunde had differences leading to their separation and eventual relocation of Moyo to the United States. You guys hear this clearly now. Now, this is another side of the news.
Yes.
And there was a disagreement. Moyo had already separated from Tunde in 2017 before she finally relocated to where? To the States. It is important to note that the divorce process was never thought of or initiated by Moyo. And to the best of our knowledge, no divorce paper were ever served on Moyo. This means that they were still legally married. In the opinion of Moyo and her family, the channel for reconciliation was still open up till Tunde's unfortunate demise. Continuum, Adams and Nuru said, Tunde is the father of the two children, and Moyo never told him he was not their father. Moyo and Tunde clearly worked to ensure the differences they did not affect the relationship they respectively have with their two children. Tunde paid a visit to the US to visit his children in June 2018. Moyo went to US 2017. Tunde went to US to visit Moyo 2018. He met them, interacted with them on Indad. This was after his recovery from the shock he had earlier that year. He was in touch constantly with the children, calling and having fatherly conversation with them, even at odd hours, at least twice every month from December 2007. The last of such call took place on Thanksgiving Day on 26th November 2020. You will agree that this does not paint the picture of a man who had been told he was not the father of his children, as was maliciously stated in the petition and is being circulated on social media. It is very sad that a group of people have decided to take the differences between the married couple and misrepresent it into a sensationalist story. It's unfair to have the picture of these young children splashed all over the internet. Tunde had a misstroke in 2018. By the grace of God, he was able to fully recover from this and carry on with his life. He was obviously doing well at his job and was in another relationship with a lady who was pregnant before his death. While he had a cardiac arrest that led to his eventual death almost 2 years after, remains a mystery that only God can provide answers to. We can begin to postulate on possible reasons, but we would rather not to preserve the fond memory of Tunde. Tunde has not gone to be with his maker. We do wish his family and friends, including his pregnant girlfriend, the fortitude to bear the unfortunate lot. He has not been laid to rest, and we implore all to allow those grieving his loss, including Moyo and his children, to do so in peace. May Tunde soul rest in perfect peace. Recorded a group identified justice for Tunde Thomas on December 31st, 2020, launched a petition on change.org calling on the Central Bank of Nigeria to sanction Adams Nuru over what they described as a shameful behavior. The group alleged that the banker is responsible for the breakdown of Tunde's marriage, which eventually led to Tunde's death a few days ago. They alleged that Tunde Thomas died recently, like about a week or two ago, from depression. It was gathered that the keys from his marriage to Moyo Thomas belongs to his wife's boss, Adam Nuru, the current MD of FCMB, with whom she was having an affair with. Moyo Thomas left Tunde to go to America with the kids. When she got to America, she told him the children were not his. The shock of this revelation caused Tunde to suffer from stroke, which he later recovered from, the group alleged. Now, this is a very funny one now. You see, we have a very detailed explanation from Mr. Adams now on this very particular story. So they've known each other way back 20 years ago. Then Tunde must still be a boy, not a man. If I'm not mistaken, Tunde will still be a boy, not a man, when they actually knew each other. Adams will be like a father to Tunde in this very content. So if peradventure we agree to say there was actually something that went wrong between these two guys, between the wife and Adams Nuru, I said it before, maybe Tunde would have met Moyo in Adams Nuru's office. Or Tunde was the one that brought Moyo to his friend or his godfather to help her get a job in his establishment. So there was already a relationship that built up all through that process based on this narrative from Mr. Adams. The next part of it is this. The issue happened December 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. That was already 3 years down the line. I'm not holding sway for Adams, but I am one guy who want to put the obvious fact before the public. I'm not sentimental when I deal with issues. I'm not emotional when I deal with issues. If a man, you are a man, if you are in a relationship and maybe you have a girlfriend, you love her so much, and along the line something happened, she cheated on you, left you for another man, you're going to be heartbroken.
Yes.
But not for 3 years.
No. Certainly not.
And a man that is heartbroken cannot have another relationship. Do you believe that, sir?
Yes.
If you are emotionally destroyed, you don't trust women anymore.
No.
Am I correct, sir?
Yes.
You don't trust women anymore. Not to the extent of even impregnating another one. Getting prepared to go and pay a bride price on the 26th of December.
The guy has already moved on.
God bless you, sir. That shows Tunde have moved on.
Moved on, yes.
With his life. He's already in love with someone else. So he cannot think of the past anymore. That was why I told some people, I said, they should go and do a DNA test on the new wife or the new girlfriend who is pregnant for him. Maybe if the rumor going around that Tunde's children belongs to Adams, that shows Tunde heard another news that shocked him. As you also know, peradventure, the news that was heard was true, that Tunde's children belongs to Adams. If another woman is pregnant for him, Tunde want to do a DNA.
Yeah. Before
the child is born. Do you believe that, sir? Because I'm talking as a man. That I had 2 kids with my wife over 8 years. And eventually, I was told that those children does not belong to me anymore. Then, that's okay, let her go. Then I went to another relationship. My wife, because the minute that happened, I go to sit down. Like, come on. Not even one of the two kids. The two of them. And something must be wrong with my body now. We are humans. These two kids, not even one, okay, maybe the first one because maybe she brought the pregnancy from outside for me. You get what I'm saying now?
Yes.
What about the second one? How many of the two belongs to the same man? There was something wrong in Tunde's life if this allegation is true. So something must be wrong. He must have something that is not working well in his body.
But yes, in the system, yeah.
Maybe when the second woman became pregnant, he decided to go for a DNA. Unknown to his friends, because he wanted to keep it secret. If actually he's a man. You know what I mean by he's a man?
Yes.
Maybe he came back and the news he got
from that second DNA.
On that second DNA was devastating.
Yes.
That would lead to an high blood pressure, which we eventually resulted to the cardiac arrest. They said he was coming from work. Guys, he drove home. Come on, guys. Let us use our brain sometimes. He drove home by himself. And he collapsed on the staircase and died. You can't drive when you have a cardiac arrest in your car. It is not possible, Oga. What happened there was this. Something triggered it. Not the event of 3 years ago. No. Based on the narration that we have today, sir, not the event of 3 years ago, we triggered such an act. He had a stroke in 2018, June 2018, or thereabout. Okay? A mild stroke, and he survived. And between 2018, 2019, to the end of 2020, he had no symptoms of stroke anymore. He even went to a relationship. Do you know a man who is suffering from cardiac arrest cannot climb a woman? If you don't know that, go check. A man that have a very high blood pressure cannot climb a woman because you use your heart beat faster when you are on the process, guys. It is better we actually find the root cause of the problem rather than putting those children through what they are going through now on the social media space. We are killing the future of those kids. We are traumatizing them for no just cause because we want to get at a big man. Do you think if it was one poor guy that actually that today was better than that gave Moyo? That got Moyo impregnated, this whole story would have come outside. The answer is no. It won't come out. There are many people today that I know today that their kids does not belong to them, but they are still with the kids. So 3 years is too long a time. Going to a relationship, to even go into a relationship alone, for you to talk to another woman alone shows that you've forgotten the past. You want to have a life ahead of you. You not get her impregnated, that's number 2. Then you are now also ready to marry her the same month you died. That shows there are many things. Maybe I'm very sure that getting married to us, okay, let me go and do DNA first. Or do you want to say, only I'm pregnant to say, you pregnant, say, You now remember, I say, Moyo, someone you tell me that I say, in get below. I go marry Moyo. I don't know, say, na no picking. Assuming that's true. You say, no. Before this, let me go and do, maybe go and check myself. Let me go and, you might never do DNA with the woman. Let me go and check myself. If I'm really okay. If I'm really a man. Maybe we'll not go to an hospital to go and do potency test. So that's say, bros, you have a very low sperm count. You know, if you pregnant woman. This, I'm just giving you as an analyst. Because as an analyst, what we do is we take the whole thing everywhere and put it to the public domain so that we understand what is happening. So, maybe you cannot get. That is true. It means this one also is not even my picking. That will not aggravate the already weakened body system based on the mind, a stroke that he had in 2018. Then while he was driving home, thinking, how am I going to live my life? How am I going to tell this woman that this picking is not my own? Many things will have to come into his head that will now increase his high blood pressure. Because a man that goes to office and work every day is not a man that is depressed. A depressed man cannot work. A depressed man wants to commit suicide. That's the truth of the matter there. Depression do not only cause to high blood pressure, it can lead you to commit suicide. You want to kill yourself because the world is already against you.
Yeah.
That is the truth, guys. So the idea of, this man was the cause of his death is what I just tried to put before the general public, guys. Okay? So let's go on to the next one because of time. This one happened in your state, Oga. What is happening? This one doesn't want to open. Open on. He said the link is bad again. Oh, Jesus Christ. Anything about our people is always like that. If I cannot get that, I will just have to go to the next one. But all this, the link, they got open yesterday now. Okay, that's open. Police brought other investigation into escapee from police detention in Benin. You guys should hear this news. Everybody blame Obaseki. You hear this news very well. I support Obaseki during the 2020 election, okay? But the people know me. I'm not a politician. I've also criticized Obaseki in my show many times. I need to make that very clear, okay? But when the issues are not Obaseki's fault, I say it the way they are. I'm not political, okay? You're going to hear this and you're going to understand why I said this now. The Inspector General Police, Mamadou Adamu, has ordered a full-scale investigation in the circumstances surrounding the escape of 10 suspects who were lawfully detained in the facility of the State Criminal Investigation Department in Edo State Police Command in Benin City. The message of the Inspector General Police was delivered by the Assistant Inspector General Police in charge of Zone 5, Benin City, AIG Shola David. The police AIG also visited the detention facility where it was discovered that it was never broken by the escapees. And somebody blame Obaseki for that? Come on, guys. We don't play politics with everything. The police AIG also visited the detention facility where it was discovered it was never broken by the escapees. How did they escape? The police authority is to sanction all policemen who were on duty when suspected escaped from lawful custody. It was discovered that 10 suspects escaped at about 2:45 a.m. on the 1st of January 2020 from the police custody. The police investigative team is expected to unveil the circumstances surrounding the escape to prevent further occurrence. The AIG later directed that the police detention facilities in State Police Command headquarters be fortified immediately. End of news. Now, sir, what is a jailbreak?
Are you asking me? You want me to answer? You want me to answer you?
Yeah. What is a jailbreak? Just give me a definition of jailbreak in a short term.
It's a very simple thing. Jailbreak is people coming up with ammunitions or machetes to force a breakout.
A breakout. I love that word. To force a breakout.
Breakout. You force it, then destroy things, then you make your way out. That is what
jailbreak
should be ordinary meaning of jailbreak. But in our own way now, we have turned everything on that. You know how we do everything.
So guys, all these APC guys, it is good sometimes we need to face the truth so that we can be able to have a permanent solution to the problem of the state.
We are not ready.
But now you're supposed to be talking for the resignation or the transfer of Commissioner Johnson from Edo State, rather than fighting the governor, who is doing everything to bring sanity back to the state. They are sabotaging all his efforts. That shows the Constitutional Center jailbreak, the Oko jailbreak during the NSAS is and will always be a planned attack. On a video that I had that I put on my wall during that time, a boy said the what is it called? These people that is the people that are in charge of prison warders.
The prison warders.
They
just open the place. They open the place. Say, "Let's go."
Yeah, see the prison warders just to run.
Yes.
When my brother, Obaseki went to Oko prison, and I said in that video, "Say, come guys, look at this wall. The wall was pulled outside, not inside." I said, "Do you know why?" They said, "What does that mean?" I said, "Now, if you are pulling a wall from the outside, you pull it into the compound. That is, the force came from outside. If the wall is pulled from inside, the force came, it will go to the outside." Yeah. Now, if that is the case, sir, how did the prisoners have that large number to push a wall from inside to outside, if even? In every sane society, because they have a radio channels. The moment, let's assume the White House as a play road, the White House as a play road, they were caught unawares, assuming, and they went in and they broke the place, which was not true. Anyways, then the one in Oko and the echo that the police command is adjacent the White House. But nothing was done. Now these guys moved on and said, "Let's go to Oko," as based on what Baleke said. Let's go to Oko. And they didn't say anything. And when they got to Oko, who now, if the people were actually outside at the time of the jailbreak, knowing fully well that something was already happening in
Sapele Road.
Sapele Road, they would have used gun to drive all of them in and lock them. But no. Like this boy Owa that was released was on a dead road. And I heard, based on information I got from police officers, that anybody that's on a dead road don't come out anyhow. They don't allow him to mix with the people. They have their time. It's only those who are maybe on 2 years, 3 years, 6 years that, they're allowed to move around, do work. But those people that are on death road, even when they're coming out on chains. They're coming out on chains. When they are coming out of that cell, they have things in their hands and in their what? In their legs. But this guy came out and they said Epowa is out on the street. How did it happen? Now, this one did not do that. CID not test us the entire what? Story. There was not a jailbreak. It was a freedom.
Yeah, exactly.
The policemen gave they used the opportunity to give them freedom. And I heard that most of these people who actually escaped were actually kidnappers and Fulani headers. I don't know how true it is. From an information I got from a police source, the guys that actually escaped now are Fulani headers that they caught doing this kidnapping job. In order to save them, a policeman will be ready to die just to protect that secret that's going to be revealed. So people blaming Obaseki today should understand clearly there's nothing Obaseki would have been able to do because Obaseki does not stay at CID headquarters. Obaseki doesn't work there. Like I said, the CID headquarters, which is a command headquarters in Benin, is like government house at Osadebe. As Obaseki is the governor of Edo State, Johnson is the governor of policemen
the police, yes,
in Edo State. Yeah. So he has the same control like Obaseki does. Yes. Even he has more power than Obaseki. That's the truth of the matter there. As a policeman, he can withdraw all his police from Obaseki if he wants to.
Yeah. He has the power to do it.
So if the what's it called? The prison was not broken, it was opened. Then they need to ask us who opened it. My father.
Brother.
I don't know if you have anything to say on that as we go to the next news.
Yeah, I have just, what I just want to say is this. Nigeria opposition, and we think that we want to take advantage of every situation, everything that comes up to throw jabs and condemn the sitting, the ruling party or the sitting governor or the president. The people insinuating this thing know that Obaseki has nothing to do with it. They know. Let's not bother ourselves about that. They know. Because of politics, we politicize everything we do. Those they just want. I saw a post who even said, on Facebook, that even said Obaseki is collecting 700 million for security votes every month, yet he cannot secure the state CID. I was laughing. I said, Jesus Christ, what kind of people are we? I mean, when you see person posting this, you check his profile. He's a master's degree holder somewhere in one university in Nigeria. Some of them are even lawyers. So you begin to wonder, you say, what kind of people are you going to tell me that these people don't understand what they read? Or don't put 2 and 3 together and rationalize things? No, it's just utter of politics. So this happened. Let's use it to condemn him. He's the governor. Without thinking of the aftermath, because at the end of the day, we will lose track of what we are supposed to be discussing. Like you said, by now we are supposed to be talking about the commissioner of police in Edo State. But we have lost track of that. So we're not talking about 700 million. 700 million in Nigeria now. People keep, every day you keep hearing 700 million. What in Nigeria situation, security situation, what is 700 million? What can it do? We don't have CCTV that enhance crime fight. We don't have anything.
No light.
No light, nothing. No light anywhere, no CCTV, no good uniform. Police buy their uniform. They buy their shoe, and you expect that person not to go and collect 1 million from somebody to come and free somebody. When he's faced with, say, take this 20,000, free this person, he will consider that 20,000 can even help him to buy the uniform when he's buying. Money that they are meant to use for paying their children's school fees, to live good life for them, they spend it on. See, my brother, that is where I blame we the people. After the politicians, we have our own problem. We don't approach issues that we are supposed to approach. We don't call our people to question it. All we do is to try and fight the system, position ourselves, hoping that one day it will get to my uncle's turn, then I will benefit. That is exactly what is playing out in Edo State. Everybody is positioning himself. One day, if the opposition with Izeyamu wins, one day maybe he will pick his uncle or himself, his position for SSC or commissioner. Then by so he will benefit from the system. That is all. I once had a friend who works with. He's still my friend, not once. He's still my very good friend. He works with Yabatek. A graduate, very intelligent guy, young guy. He's much younger than me. He should be in his 33, 34 right now, at most 35 right now. 5 or 6 years ago, we were discussing politics. You know what he said? I said, I pray, oh God, let this Nigeria work. Let us get leader. He said, no, sir. He said, don't pray for Nigeria to work. I don't want it to work because I have not taken my own part of the cake. It's only when he becomes a governor, because he's working out seriously to become a politician. He's even planning to go to Edo State to go and contest for House of Assembly right now. So he said he wants it to remain like this, so that by the time he gets to the governor position, he will be able to pack as much as possible. Then we cannot pray Nigeria to work. That is the mentality of an average Nigerian. We just want to position ourselves, pray for it, scatter what is on ground now, so that when he's lived there, it's my turn, he gets his right, he gets his own benefit. So that is the politics we play, my brother. I don't, but there are things I don't bother myself about. Like the last topic. Let me just throw a little bit into that the last topic you treated before we get here, the Adams matter, the couple today. You see, I was seeing this topic on Facebook. I was not interested because I really don't get myself involved in things that are personal life, family life. I never go through it. I just skip it. Until when you send the link yesterday, I go through it. When I said, look, my appeal to people, I just want to make appeal to Nigerians. Let us respect the life of those children. What we are doing on social media, we are endangering, putting the life of those little kids in a very wrong footing. These kids, they have rights to live good life. Internet does not forget, sorry. If it is out, it's out there. So please, Nigerians, let's not dwell too much on this matter. These kids have life to live. The more we dwell on this matter, the more in the future, in the next 10, 20 years, these kids are going to be like 15, 18, 20 years, where they will be man enough to live their life. And if care is not taken, this issue will haunt them. Please, Nigerians, let's respect the life of those children. So that's for that. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. So let's go to the next one. Our court admits Obaseki's original certificate as evidence. This is also another case that I've been laughing over since it started. You know why? They think that because I supported Obaseki, no. And so Shomole had no certificate. But he did wonders in Edo State. This is simple.
Yes.
So when people come up with some things that's like, are you guys really okay? A man that has a certificate was able to build an empire as Afro Invest. Chimamanda had no certificate, was able to rise to the level of becoming the national chairman of the Nigerian Labour Congress. And he did far better than all the people that have PhDs, professorship, whatever it is. So that shows that it's not about the paper you carry around as a certificate. It's about what you have upstairs here as a person. There are many people today who were not actually educated, but they control the world. The likes of Bill Gates was a dropout from Harvard University. A dropout. He was sent out of school. The likes of Mark Zuckerberg, who is the CEO of Facebook today, was a dropout. He was sent out of school. The like of the richest Chinese guy, I forgot his name, John Ying or whatever, he was sent out of school. Many of these guys today who are ruling the world actually did not finish from a four walls of a classroom, but they have what it takes to change the narrative of things. Okay, the only way I see that my governor of today is actually having a fault is too gentle. His gentility is what is actually not making me, Stephen, comfortable. Because you must be a rugged man to rule a nation, a state like Edo State. That's the truth. You must be very, very rugged. Your brain, no balance where. You know, the brain must get to a time where we say it goes spark. And when it's spark and current will just charge, or your body will charge. You just take an action. That's how somebody was able to subdue Edo people. We must tell ourselves the truth now. That's where they take advantage from Obaseki, because Obaseki is too civilized. That everything you want to take it according to the law, not in the Nigeria of our today. Brother. Sometimes you must do some gra. To put this in place. Now they are talking about, it's a man that went to school from primary to secondary to university, got his first degree, went to abroad and get his second degree before he came back to Nigeria. That doesn't have a certificate. I've asked many of them, say he only had 3 credits in WAEC. What is the minimum qualification to contest as a governor or a president in Nigeria? The minimum qualification is an attempt.
Simple. Attempt.
If our judges are not stupid, I repeat, if our judges are not stupid, there are cases that will come to you in 2 days. The case will be knocked out. An attempt. They even said a certificate, not a secondary school certificate. Go check the constitution. Many of the people who talk online do not even read the constitution. You must have a certificate. That was why the only woman House of Rep speaker, you know the woman then, I forgot her name, that came from Yoruba.
House of Rep speaker.
Yeah.
From what's her name?
I forgot her name now. Yeah. She had a certificate on hairdressing. I didn't know she was an hairdresser.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was it Ete? Something Ete.
So, an attempt, that is what the constitution says. Apart from that, let's look at what happened to Obaseki. You know, they have been saying Obaseki doesn't have a certificate. He brought fake. He didn't bring fake. He do this. If you are if you are dealing on that, we are going to see that now. The Federal High Court Abuja has admitted the original certificate of Obaseki as evidence in the alleged certificate forgery suit instituted against him by the All Progressive Congress and East Chieftaincy Williams Edobo. The document admitted are his primary school certificate, the certificate of 1971, original level certificate of 1973, and higher school certificate of 1976. Our other documents admitted are Governor Obaseki's Bachelor of Art degree certificate issued by the UI in 1979, and master degree certificate issued to him by Pace University, New York in 1994. Counsel to the plaintiff, Akin Olujumi, had raised an objection to the primary school certificate and original copy of the certificate from the University of Ibadan. He said documents were not front-loaded and all argument in respect to the objection raised will be taken to the final written address, end of quote. Now, on the certificate of Obaseki, I want to say, I told one boy yesterday, is a very strong POI guy. We're talking, I said, listen, guy, do you know if Obaseki failed? Edo people failed. You know, like you said, we are so politically blind that we don't know that some of the things with which is the man in power to fail. It's not him that's going to fail. We are going to be the people that are going to bear the bond of whatsoever failure that the government failed. Today we are saying we don't have light. We don't have pipe and water. without security is a failure of government. What people bearing the brunt today? It is you and I. I have to provide electricity for myself. If I'm in Nigeria, I buy fuel every day, minimum of 5,000 naira. Minimum 5,000. It's as if I'm not home in the afternoon. I put on my gen 6 o'clock in the evening till 7 o'clock in the morning. 5,000 naira fuel is gone. I go out every day. Coming at home, I must have a gallon or two in my car. I have to provide street lights in my house. I have to have a gate man in my gate. I have to do boy by myself.
Yes.
That is the failure of government.
Big one.
That's what we need to be talking about. I can't drive my car. That's what you see Nigeria. So they go to Nigeria. Even people who cannot afford to buy Jeep, they struggle to buy Jeep. Not because they want to buy Jeep, because that is the only motor that can pump to the road. They buy Jeep not because they actually love, like I don't love Jeeps, but in the Nigerian city, what can I do?
You have to. You are forced to.
If I buy a normal car, a normal saloon car, bros, I'm not going to drive the car.
Okay.
So there are some areas I would not even want to go. But if I have a Jeep, these areas I can be able to maneuver because of the height of the vehicle. We should be thinking of the failures of the system, how it can be rectified, rather than thinking of, because I lose an election, I will make this man not to be able to walk.
Do anything.
You know why I love Goodluck Jonathan? That's why we see. That's why today you see many of us attack Buhari because we say Buhari failed, because nobody gave him any stress. Buhari gave Jonathan stress for close to 11 months. Buhari gave Maro Musa Yar'Adua stress for close to 11 months. Buhari gave Obasanjo's second term stress for close to 8 months. But nobody gave Buhari stress, not even for a day. But yet it could. That's what we call about non-performance. Now, in the first term of Obaseki, this man gave Obaseki stress for 7 months. This same man, Pastor Sage Zeyamo. Today, November, December, January, 3 months now is on the line. Battling now is for certificate forgery. The way that will not end, the tribunal is still on. We are still waiting for tribunal. The case now that is on ground now is not case of election.
No.
No, election. Tribunal is doing their own.
Yeah.
The certificate forgery now ends. Basically now wins. Then you have to return back again to begin another case again in the tribunal. All these are at the detriment of
the people. Yeah.
The government is no more balanced. Its focus is divided between the cases that is lingering all over the state. And the truth of the matter is this: why are they afraid, sir? They are afraid because of the system of the judiciary, which is not fair. You know, few days ago, when this guy at the DG, Deputy Governor, Shaibu, made a statement over what Oshomole made, that he will make sure Obaseki lives just the way he installed Hope Uzodinma, the Supreme Court Governor in Imo State. And any governor that hears that will be jittery, knowing fully where the system of the Nigerian government as of today.
Yes, it is very, very possible.
How can I can hope who was number 4 in the election the governor?
Yes.
So if it can happen there, he himself knows. And also, don't forget that Obaseki was also a member of APC at that time. So he knew what transpired. This man, Philip, knew what transpired in Uzodinma's case. They knew. So that's why when this guy made such a statement, they became jittery.
Yeah.
That the same fate is about to befall them as a people. Does Obaseki have good intention for Edo people? The answer is yes. Does he have the resources to carry out everything that is planning?
Yes.
Answer is yes. Is he being slow in carrying out this reform? The answer is no. I'm going to explain, guys. You guys know me very well. The truth of the matter is this: putting in place the right things. Somebody said Apostle Ali did it in 4 years. In Apostle Ali, we only have 3 cities in Edo State, 3, and they were small. The Benin city today was not even up to Stella Passager during the time of Apostle Ali. The Benin city actually ended after Ring Grove small. After that central hospital, if you go front, there were all bushes.
Yes.
If you go front after central hospital, there were all bushes. Down to worry, there were villages. Then Uniben was also a village. Uniben was living in a forest.
Yes.
Immediately after Uniben Gate, down to Oluku, down to wherever you are going to, your villages.
Forest, yes.
Thick forest. Because we were farming at Oluku. The village after Oluku is called what is the name of this village? I forgot the name.
Evoge.
No, not Evoge. On your right hand side. On your right hand side, if you reach Oluku, you have the road to Lagos. But you have the road to Otofure.
Okay.
Otofure. That's where my mother came from. We were doing farm there. These are bushes. To Sasimiyoba and all Odigi and all these ones. I remember then my elder was at the Kedelo. I went to Kedelo twice. It was a bush. Now the bus now drive now from Benin to Kedelo as town service.
Yes.
Now, but before you load, to even go to Luku, you load. So the town was not as big as it is today.
Yes.
And the resources then might be small, but the value was much.
More better than yes, was much, yeah.
So to be able to, and also the workforce is not as large as it is today.
Yeah.
The population is not much the way it was. So also that also makes up the system, the government system, to be small. How many local government do we have then in the whole of Bende? How many local government? Igbo Baoka, Odium and all, they were all under one local government for some time.
Yeah. Yes. Bubaoka or Ego, they were all one.
They were one. Bubaoka, Ego, Oredo, they were one local government.
Yes.
Then Ovia, wherever now, they were local government.
They were one. Yes, one. Orioma was one with.
Orioma, they were one.
One, yes.
So I think we only have 3 local governments in Edo South. Esa was only one. Esa was one.
Yeah.
Not even 5. They will not have it. So let's cut the story short, guys. So that actually helped in the governance as at that time. Because the bigger the system, the more complex and the more expensive it becomes.
It is. Yeah.
Because now you have to get commissioner for at least from each local government. You have to get SSAs at least from each ward. This is what the law says you must follow. Then apart from that, the way the system is now being drafted today makes it look as if things are so bad. And I told somebody yesterday, I said, listen, if Lucky Benedict gave us light, for example, okay, and gave us road, build a standard road between 1999 and 2007. Somebody came in 2008, and I built us hospital and good schools all over the federation, all over the state. That's what he did. Obaseki will only be repaying the roads, passing roads, like they do abroad. Try to fix their schools like they do abroad. Try to upgrade the standard of the hospital like they do abroad. They will now focus on other industries in the country, in the state. But today, we still don't have roads. We still don't have schools. We still don't have hospitals. We have nothing practically. So every government that comes in starts from afresh. From afresh. And you also forgot that Obaseki worked so well in the first 2 years of his government. That is not arguable. Even the opposition praised him. Before the EPN
came up with their strategy.
And they began to lambaste the guy. There was not an internal record between the same party. And that brought the destruction that the man had throughout the last 2 years of his government. He tried not to be distracted. But guys, let me tell you something. When someone is after you, no matter how composed you are, you think of it sometimes.
You must.
That can take you away sometimes. You can take some funds that's supposed to use for something into another thing. That way you were seeing court cases flying up and down. As a governor, when you have court cases, the cases are being paid for by the state fund, not private purse. Because he is a public figure. So those money that is being thrown into cases are monies that are supposed to be met for the development of the state as a result of the distraction that is being created by these people. I don't know if you have much to say about that, then we'll go to the next one quickly.
Obaseki certificate saga, for me, I'm just watching. And it's a court case, it's in the court, so I don't want to get too much involved in it. But I laugh when I see the propagandas everywhere. They are throwing around everywhere. I laugh. I say, okay, let's see what happened. I want the court to look at the case dispassionately, without partiality, and come up with decision they'll have to come up with. But whatever happens, but I want to appeal to my people to please, let's reduce the way we play politics with our life. Let us reduce it. It's too much. We politicize everything. A state is not owned by one person. A country is not owned by few individuals. It's supposed to work for everybody. And it is the way we build our system that will make it work. The fact that you did not like Obaseki, the fact that I like Obaseki, I'm a blunt person. If Obaseki do things that is not good, I love him. I will tell it, I will say it, and it does not remove the likeness. So so that does not mean that because you don't like him, because you did not vote for him, so all you must use your effort to do is to bring him down. By the time you bring him down, you are bringing yourself down. You are affecting the generality of the state. Look at those states now. Nothing is happening just because.
Okay, I think he's having some issues with his phone there.
So, as I was saying, sorry for that disruption. Let us learn to, after election, put politics aside and focus on what will develop all of us, what will work for all of us. That is that. By now, we are supposed to be thinking of how to make Obaseki responsible, how to hold him accountable to all the promises he made during the election, before the election, not coming up with certificate is this, is a photocopy certificate, the no signature of vice FBC. When we know what we want as a nation, that is not what we want now. Those are not issues that we should be, even if the case in the courts, I'm not saying they shouldn't go to court if they want to. Go to court, but leave it there, let the courts look at this. Forget all this propaganda we are throwing everywhere. Propagandas of this, that. No, leave those ones. Let the court decide. If the court decide in your favor, then you can come out and celebrate. If it does not, then let's move on. We should move on, please. That is my appeal to my Edo people and Nigeria in general.
Okay, so let's go to the next one. Governor Umahi now supporting Northerners against his people over vice presidential ambition, IPOB. You know, these guys are always on the news. Now, let me say something, IPOB guys. If you've not watched the video that was done by Simeon Ekpo, I want you to go and watch that video. It has been one of my points from the beginning. And I was so pleased first time that I actually agree with Simeon. You know, this first I actually agree with Simeon, you know, for a very long time. And he said, an IPOB is not Biafra. It is just a movement that is joining other people for the emancipation of Biafra, or this for the secession, or for fighting for the state of the Biafra. So if you said anyone who is supporting Biafra is automatically an IPOB. It was yesterday I heard that IPOB normally take oath of allegiance. If that is true, that is wrong, guys. That is wrong, guys. That is not it's not a movement for agitation. I am part and parcel of a movement of United States Nigeria movement. There's no oath of allegiance to the group. If you believe in the ideology of what we believe in, you are welcome to be part and parcel of that group. That is what we do. So this is very, very important that you guys know this. So he explained a lot, and I want you guys to go watch the video if you've not watched it. Go to his page and watch that video that Simeon Ekpo did a few days ago on the IPOB and who's an IPOB member. I think people have been castigating him. That warranted him to come out with that video, you know, to explain who is an IPOB member or is not an IPOB member. Okay, guys. Now let's go to this now. Governor Umahi now supporting Northerners against his people over vice presidential ambition, IPOB. The indigenous people of Biafra has condemned Ebonyi State Governor Dave Umahi for arresting those who shared a video exposing alleged atrocities of Fulani herdsmen in the state. IPOB labels such an action as foolishness and madness, saying the governor chooses to eat with the oppressor of his people. The proscribed group said this in a statement released on Thursday through its media and publicity secretary, Ima Powerful. In the press release made available to Shah reporter, IPOB said the action of the governor was unwise because of his vice presidential ambition in 2023. Governor Umahi, who recently defended from the People Democratic Party to the ruling All Progressive Congress, had vowed to arrest and punish those sharing videos of how killer Fulani headmen were allegedly perpetrating evil in the state. The media report of the statement credited to Governor Dave Umahi of Ebonyi State, where he reportedly ordered the arrest of innocent locals who had, in a viral video, exposed the latest atrocity of Fulani terrorists headmen in Ebonyi State, is a madness taken too far. Powerful disclosed in a statement. Although we are not surprised at such treachery, it defies logic that a sitting governor would rather choose to die with the oppressor of his own people just for the derisive promise of an illusionary vice presidential candidacy to a Fulani presidential candidate in 2023. What a shame. Why the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB, led by the great leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, therefore wish to warn Governor Umahi against the grave implication of his actions. Declaring law abiding citizens wanted simply because they exposed and confronted foreign tourists in Ebonyi State is worse than tourism itself. It only goes to show that Umahi and other Eastern politicians know more about the incessant killing, rape, and other atrocities in Ebonyi community by Fulani herdsmen and tourists than they are willing to admit. It is the act of foolery that Governor David Umahi will support foreign Fulani tourist herdsmen against his own people that voted for him. Does Dave Umahi not know that our mothers for years now have been afraid of going to their farms for fear of being raped by Fulani tourists and other evil activities of Meitiala? Governor Umahi is only cutting the wrath of the people by choosing to swim against the tide. For deciding to sabotage the effort of the Eastern Security Network, personnel who are working tirelessly to rid Ebonyi of killer headmen and tourists, Umahi has declared himself an enemy of the people and should be ready to face the consequences of his actions. But Umahi is fully aware that the same Fulani killer headman is protecting and recently renamed Babo community close to Uburutan in Onyocha local government area to Aru. What has it done to reverse this affront? Instead of hiding his face in shame that tourists are now renaming Ebonyi community under his watch, Umahi is busy threatening patriotic Biafrans who are merely exposing the atrocity of the Fulani herdsmen in their communities. The group therefore urged Umahi to leave the residents of the state alone. We therefore advise Governor Umahi and his Meitiala handlers to make sure nothing happens to citizens of Ebonyi State who are within their right to share the said video. Biafra we hold we hold him and the family responsible should any harm befell any individual as a result of his wish to serve his Fulani masters. We also want traditional rulers, president generals recruited by governors in the southeast state and engage ESN personnel to retrace their steps. Otherwise, they will eternally regret their actions. End of quote. There's one thing I just saw here that one of big point that will move on. He said a community in Ebonyi have been renamed by the Fulanis. If this is true, because it happened in Plateau, it happened in Benue. Now, there's also an allegation that the same thing is happening in the East. I read a story that was sent to me by one thank God, Oku, about what the Fulanis are planning in Edo State. I want my people, particularly the South, to be aware the danger that is ahead. It will be a big fight if we don't strategize right now in curbing the menace of the Fulani herders. Based on information, very, very strong information that I got, the Fulani herders in the South today are not actually herders. Rather, they are Boko Harams. Aisha Yusufu, this human rights activist, we all know her. She's from Edo State, married to an Hausa woman. People don't know she's from Edo. She's from Edo. She's from Edo. Aisha is from Edo. She's an Edo woman. I think from the Edo North, the Hausa part of Edo North. But married to an Hausa man, said, when the Fulanis are done with the North, if nothing is being done, they will move over to the South. There was even a time that he said, Butai said, Fulani is already, the name Boko Haram is already in Lagos State. Now, after I've listened to these people, I had to do my own research and investigations. And through some, personnel in the military, we are told that most of these guys who are actually, we call today, Fulani elders, are actually the spillover of the banditries and the Boko Haram in the north. I'm going to tell you, he said, go check a real Fulani headman doesn't stay in the forest. He told me that. Say a real Fulani elders do not stay inside the forest. So those who you see that stay inside the forest are not actually Fulani elders. They are mercenaries sent on an operation. And 90% of these guys are actually from outside Africa. I mean, outside Nigeria. The Futajelum in Guinea, the Cameroons, the Nigerians, the Malis, the Senegals, and all these other parts where today they've lost hold on power. If our leaders think we can play politics with everything, we are making a lot of mistakes. You don't play politics with the lives of your citizens. It is one thing you guys need to start thinking about. There's a village they call Digi in Benin, in Edo State today, in Ovia North. They don't go to farm anymore. The village after Digi, where they're coming from Benin, is called Odigotwe. The Fulanis have taken over. There was a day they killed one of their cows when they eat the crops of the people. The Fulani were shooting in the air. They came to the village and killed 3 persons just because of one cow in their own village. Can a Southerner do this in the north? Can a Southerner dare try to even shout in the north? And the worst part of it is this: our leaders actually supported them against their own people. So what do you have to say on that?
The signs are there. We are living in a very dangerous time. It's clear. And the present leadership is not ready to fight it. I don't have enough evidence to say they are part of it. Is their plot? I don't have enough evidence, so I cannot say. But I think where the problem is, the will to really fight this insurgency. That is where I can lay my problem right now. I don't think there's a way. So, and across board, the political class, we are not, they are not ready to fight it. All the politicians seem to be very comfortable with what is happening because it's working for them. They have maximum security personnel around them. They have enough money to do whatever to secure themselves. If it means going to higher private security agencies, they have enough money in addition to the government one. So they are okay because they don't want to speak the truth. They don't want to do the right thing so that they will not be seen as antagonizing the federal government or whatever. That is what is happening in every part of Nigeria. So I'm only hoping that one way or the other we are able to manage the situation so that by 2023 we will come up with enough energy, enough strength, enough strategy, enough will to change this set of politicians. That is the only way out, my brother. This government is not ready to fight it. And these present politicians are not ready to fight it. They just want to play along. They just want to secure themselves. 70% of our policemen are securing the VIPs. So we are only left with like 30, less than 30 or a little bit above 30%. That is what we have to secure Nigeria. And even the one that are, the way they are securing it, everything is compromised. There are enough evidence to see that whether Fulani, whether people we kidnap, kidnappers are set free after arrest. A day two after arrest, call will come from nowhere. They are released. Lagos here, there is enough evidence to show that a bike man will commit traffic offense. If the bike man is a northerner, the call will come from Abuja for that bike man to be released. He cannot be sanctioned. So the whole system is compromised. It's compromised. So my appeal is that let us manage the system. Maybe 2023 will come up with a strategy to change this entire political class. Nobody wants to talk. Nobody wants to do the right thing. Look at what this Umahi. That's exactly what Umahi is doing now. Because he has an ambition of becoming a president. So whatever happens to his people doesn't matter. Even if everybody has to die, it's your business. Because himself and his family are protected. So anybody that the same thing is happening in Lagos. The same thing is happening in Ibadan. The same thing is happening in Ogun State. Everywhere. Nobody wants to stand up and speak for the people. So the only hope I think we have is 2023.
Yeah,
because nothing is going to change.
The only hope
nothing is going to change.
Is 2000.
It's 23. Because nothing is going to change. Look at what is happening. Some of the service chiefs, they have grown beyond the age of service, but the president cannot make them stay away from position. They are not even delivering. If they are above 77 and they are delivering on their job, fine. I can say, okay, because they are delivering on their job, but they are not delivering. There's insecurity everywhere. Nothing is happening, but this president is so comfortable with them.
Yeah, I want to say something. You said you should wait till 2023. I'm thinking, and this is my thought. I'll be saying that we don't need to wait till 2023. There is a provision in the Electoral Act that we can recall back some of the elected people. That I think we should start putting into use.
See, that is supposed to be an option, just like the clause of the constitution that says impeach. That is supposed to be the way and the shortest way out. But the truth is that if you go through that Electoral Act and see what do I put it? The process involved in calling is too heavy.
But if we look at the process, then these guys are going to use all the more.
Yes, they have tried it.
Yeah, let's down the process. Let's take some actions. Because this is what I tell the people. The certain Nigerians. Listen, guys. We are intellectual mobile set of human beings. Even the illiterate among us is informally educated in the South. Our grandmothers are educated people.
Yes,
they never
somehow.
They never go to school, but they are intellectually sound.
Intellectually sound, yeah.
You see a mother of 105 years old, 120 years, speaking pidgin English. But this does not happen in the North. Nobody taught them. Just because they hear you speak it, they pick every word of what you say. They begin to relay it with you. That's the level we are sound. You know, it's only good in politics. We are not good in politics. We are so good in other areas. So we must make use of that, our intellectual capability, to fight our people to a standstill.
You see the challenges we have. If we want to invoke that recall process, it's very easy. The people tried it in Kogi against Dino, but it didn't work. Why? Because the politicians have enough money to create an obstacle, to create the problem that will frustrate the process. It's not like the people doesn't have the will.
That obstacle is what we are fighting against. That's why we must continue doing it. A day will come, we'll get through. It might not work out, because if we keep quiet, it's not going to work because of the obstacle that we are having today. It will make us to remain their slaves. Just look at the next news we are going to have now. Buhari inflict more hardship on Nigerians with 50% increase in electricity tariff year gift. I think it was in November last year that they increased tariff.
Yes. Exactly.
Now you are increasing again. In my house, my people still buy fuel.
Of course.
You don't get light.
You don't know light.
I applied for a meter. I paid some amount. I didn't get meter. I went to go and buy meter. But the day I went to the market, I want to buy meter. They say, okay, I should bring 180,000. I will get meter that same day. And I actually paid 180,000 and I got meter in less than 2 hours. The meter that I applied for 1 year, I couldn't get meter.
You could not get.
I have no light. They will give me estimation bill to the point I told them to come and take away their wires from my house. Yeah. I'm paying 10,000 naira. They said because they came to my house, every room in my house have ACs. Not like, even the level that I cannot even carry my phone, not talk of AC. So they started giving me bills based on what I have in the house, which even the light they give cannot even carry AC. I stay in that house for 1 year without no government. I mean, no NEPA. So I started operating on generator until they not give me that meter I bought for 180,000. The first money I paid wasted. The 40,000 I paid at that time.
Just wait for your transformer to have problem. You will contribute money.
No, we are fixing it. The last time I was home now, I paid how much did I pay? They asked me to pay 40,000.
Yeah,
to transformer. Want to buy transformer now? I paid 60,000. Want to buy transformer, and we'll buy it. They will take over.
Yes. So inside there, you are increasing electricity for 50%.
Yes. So this is what I'm talking about.
You see how satanic we are.
The people who are doing this now are actually in the class of the people that are calling contest for 2023. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. As I said, we need to record them. We need to do something to end their reign of power on us. Let's look at that.
I understand your.
The Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission has approved over 50% hike in electricity tariff payable by customers of the 11 distribution companies DISCO. This is a DISCO that doesn't give us light in Benin. This is coming just 2 months after it finally implemented a much opposed hike in November 2020. According to the reviewed multi-year tariff order signed by the new chairman, Sanusi Garba, on December 30, 2020, and started yesterday, the new tariff increase took effect on January 1st, 2021, and supersede the previous order of NEROC/2028/2020. In the new order NROC/2025/2020, the commission says it considered the 14.9% inflation rate in November 2020. You know, ask me how inflation rate Could make it could increase the price of electricity? I don't know. Where is it safe? Please, guys. Yeah. The foreign exchange of 379.4 to $1 as of December 29, 2020. Available generation capacity, US inflation rate of 1.22%, and the capital expenditure capex of the power firm to raise the tariff. My question is this, for goodness sake. In the nation where I live in, they do not prepare their budget on any other currency rather than the Swedish crowns. The American government do not prepare their budget on any other currency rather than the American dollars. Even the Chinese do not. What concerns the inflation in America with Nigeria economy? What concerns the cost of a dollar toward the Nigeria economy? You see how they mess us up? When in nations like Sweden, I'm going to tell you as an example, guys. In all over the developed world, when there's an inflation, they increase your salary to meet up with inflation.
The inflation.
Yes. In this country, every year we get about 3% of our salaries. Every year. No. Some people get 3%. Some people, they look like get 1.5% of the salary every year. Increase every year. You know, we have the contract staffs, like in Nigeria. We also have it here. Yeah. For a contractor, you don't get that because you get all your pay. You get it too, because they pay per hour. They put it on you, on your per hour. If you're a permanent staff, you get a steady amount as increment every year on your salary. Because they know every year the cost of living is not same. It is going up. They try to make sure you meet up with the standard. You are talking about inflation that has increased by 40.9. As if the people who are consuming the electricity do not have any other thing that has an effect of the inflation on it to do with their money. And the people who are working for you as the discourse, whatever you call it, you pay them the same salary. The salaries are not being increased as a result of the inflation in the land. So, for goodness sake, how can people not be able to meet up with these latest demands?
It doesn't bother
by the Buhari government.
It's not their headache. It's not their headache. All they just want, you just do it anyhow. If you have to go and carry loan to come and pay electricity bill, go and carry loan. You have to stream to come. Yes.
You see why? Listen. You see why, sir? Yeah, I think I pay 60 euros every month, which is about maybe as of today, about 30,000 naira, based on this new exchange rate. But I get 24-hour light. I have an heater generating. You can in Nigeria you cannot use boiler in your house. If you want, if you try and die, you could die. You know, people. I have 4 fridges in the house. The most funny part of it is we use electric gas cooker, not gas.
So it's from there you do your cooking and all.
We cook, and in my house is big. It's a very big house, and I have other people that we live together. So we cook differently at different times. So sometimes a day we can be on that gas from 10 o'clock in the morning till 6 o'clock in the evening. The gas is not off. As I finish cooking, someone else is coming to cook. This one is coming here to cook. My wife is coming here to cook for the children. Just like that. At the end of the day, I pay about 60 euros. I also have a washing machine that we use in washing plates in the same bill. Inside the same bill. And because it's a big house, my staircase, the light is on 24 hours, non stop. You don't off it. Because people moving and the children, you don't put it off. But in Nigeria today, you buy gas. Even the light cannot even carry your iron. You need to buy stabilizer to help boost up your fridge.
Your system.
You need to buy stabilizer to boost up your TV, your AC. Everywhere in the house is filled with stabilizer. Every room has stabilizer. Now they now have a big stabilizer they now buy to even boost your meter. And they told me, they say, Pa, if you know this buy much fuel, go and buy a stabilizer that costs 80,000 naira. After then, that was last year. I don't know how much it's going to cost due to the inflation. She said she's going to buy one and add it to my meter. So that will not help me. Now when they bring light, that will not boost the light. I cannot get light to use my...
My brother, we're in a pathetic situation. Very pathetic.
Oh, Salobuano.
Very pathetic.
This country is
very pathetic. At times, the only way thing you just do is just to laugh over it the way you are laughing now, so that you will not be depressed. You will not be downcasted, because when you see things that we do to ourselves, now you increase tariff for 50% simply because the big guys can pay. So the lower class, you go to her. That is the idea.
What somebody's saying here now, I'm gonna this is what I do after I finish like this. I will not go to comments.
Comments, okay.
So you know that we're not going to comments. We just look at a few comments. Not every comments we look at. You know, a few comments. Then somebody said the solution is disintegration of Nigeria now.
Nigeria. Yeah.
That's the solution. One from Unna Kenneth said, let's disintegrate. Let's go our separate ways. Yeah, my brother, I did not totally agree with you, but sometimes I understand why some
yes.
Because if a nation is not working the way Nigeria is now, maybe we will try separate ways to see if that can work. I get every of our agitation. I get it. Increasing tariff in the midst of this very pandemic, in the midst of this hardship that the people are passing through, is worrisome to some of us. I get it, guys. Bracket, I understand that the solution to you is disintegration. I think so. But my problem is this. I have an Umahi. I have Ojus Okalu. I have Obiano. I have the likes of all these governors in the east. In the south, I have the likes of Wike. I have the likes of Shomole. I have the likes of all these other ones. If you go to the southwest, I also have the likes of Amebola Tinubu, Fashola, Showolu, and Co. These people are part of a region. How are we going to manage these criminals that is in our midst?
Yeah, that is the biggest question when it comes to disintegration.
How?
That is the biggest.
Let's Love, guys, word said all Nigerians should be on the street and ask for restructuring. Detail what they want in the restructuring. That is the grand solution to most of the problem. I 100% support you, sir. I 100% support you, sir. I 100% support you on this one. I think that's what we do, and that's what sowore is doing now. But the Nigerian government, Nigerians are so afraid. We must start coming out. Listen,
this is a very good point.
You continue
this is the way to go.
Yeah.
This is the way to go. But the challenges in this way is that the government too, or the political class already found a way to deal with it when we come out. Now, the new way they started If you remember, before 2015, during PDP, if people come out for protest today in favor of a particular government or the government in power, the next day, the government in power will bring up their own anti-pro. But when this government came into power, you know what they started? The strategy they now brought up is to, okay, as you are protesting your own, they will bring their own against you to come and fight you, to come and beat you up. So that is the problem.
Okay, sir. Then one colleague, Kuti David said, please, if you think 2023 will be a way out, forget it. The one coming in 2023 will be
president.
It's not working. It's better anything that will make Nigeria better should be done now. I agree with you, sir. That was what my submission. When my brother make point to that, said for right now we don't need to wait till 2023. We must act immediately before then, because the likes of Tinubu, the likes of this Dave Umahi, and all are all criminals who is not actually doing anything rather than just going there, want to amass word for themselves. It will be difficult to find independent governor again. People like Samuel Bemudia and Busali. We just have one now again called Obaseki. The stomach infrastructure are disturbing him. But we move. First, I pray that this disturbance will end so that they will allow Obaseki to concentrate, so that he will not give us reasons why he failed. Okay, he has something that he actually wants to. He actually want to put in place, but we just need he just need the right thing to be done. Okay, one Egiato says the truth is that it will take EPM the next 4 years to overcome the defeat of September 19, 2020 presidential election. They never thought that Governor Obaseki will win. Okay, I think so also, brother. No, he said, what you they talk? You try to talk, say, Apostoli not do well, Alba Bros. No, Apostoli actually worked very well. In 4 years, Apostoli did marvelously well. What we're saying is this: there is an expansion. There's an expansion in governance, and that also affects the income that is coming in. So that was the analysis we said. You know, Apostoli did well, because what the EPA is saying is that Apostoli built all the things he built in 4 years, you know, with little resources. He forgot that Apostoli was arrested for only 900,000 naira by Buhari. Was sent to jail, 600 something years in imprisonment for 900,000 naira as at that time, which he took away from one place and invested it in another place. Not that he actually ate it. So what we are saying is not that Apostoli did not work. No. Apostoli is one of the best governors that Edo State that Nigeria itself had ever had. Okay, so sometimes we try to get the narratives of what we are saying, guys. Okay. Then one said that our politicians don't care about you and I. All they do is to make so much money for themselves. That is the truth, Ma. That is the truth. That is the truth. That is the truth. So this is where we are going to end today's show, guys. Thank you very much, every one of you, for a very, 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 very... Yeah, I have one here. This is so funny. This is so funny. I have one here. This is so funny. My sister said, my mother using 4 stabilizer in one house. Joy, she's like, you want to kill me here? 4 stabilizer. Mommy don't even small. My own so. My own so. My own 6 stabilizers. Now I'm going to buy one big one outside to make it 7. Everywhere I wire for my house. Everywhere. Wire. I know it's small stabilizer though. Now those big one will be like giant. Everywhere looks so crazy. Okay. Yeah, this is what I love. I love this one. I said, the government knows that Sowore had opened Nigerian youth eyes over the wrong system of government. That is why they hold him down. Brother, I believe with you. I am one of Sowore's fan. I am one of the take it back. Okay, I'm a take it backer. Okay, I love Sowore. That's why we know. I said very soon. Somebody told me, said very soon, said the government will come for me. Yeah. Somebody told me, said, please be careful. Very soon the government will come for you. That's really true. Anyone that is trying to open the eyes of the people, they come after you because
it's an enemy. Yeah, they go after them. Straight. Yeah. They go after them.
They'll come after you. They'll come after you. Someone said, my brother, he said, but funny enough, it's only in Nigeria. I know that stabilizer is existing. Never seen it in Europe. My brother, I don't even know where stabilizer in Europe. The amenities they produce it for Africa.
Yes, yeah.
The amenities this guy produces is for generator. Have you seen generator in Europe? Everything they produce it for you and I. Because they know that we are stupid set of people. They do this is just for us. That's the truth, sir. Because they know our government are useless. Our people go there. And do you know that those people who are actually into this generator are actually the owner of Disco?
Yes.
You don't know? The people that bought over Disco are actually the owners of the major importer of generators. They will never allow the light to work. So that's why I'm advising people. I know it's expensive. Let's resort to solar. We'll beat them to their game. We'll beat them to their games, guys. We'll beat them to their games. If we resort to solar, we'll beat these guys to their games. It's expensive, but the middle class, who are actually the people living in Europe today, stop patronizing generators. Have a rethink. Gather the money over the years. Let's end the terror of these people. They have no choice that they will start producing solar system for us. Solar is cheaper along the line. It's expensive to hold because it costs you millions. But if you finally succeed in having it, it is better than buying fuel of 5,000 naira every day. Thank you, guys. We need to take a bow right now because it's nearly 3 hours we've been on the show. I want to say a big thank you to our brother, Mr. Emmanuel Oni, for joining us today on this show. I want to say a very, very, very thank you for being here today.
Thank you so much. It was a good outing for me. God bless you guys. Hope to see you tomorrow.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate you all. Thank you very much, guys. I want to say a big thank you to all of you who came out here today. You guys are wonderful. We had over 200 viewers on the show today live. That is beautiful time. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. Please don't forget to subscribe to Nigerians YouTube. Give us some thumbs up. Press the notification button so you can get me live while I am on. And most of the time, you get me 30 minutes before my time of coming up. Okay, guys? And also, if you are watching me on Facebook, please follow me on Matter Rising with Umahi Steven or United Southern Nigeria, where you get the Oboge news the way it is. Every news comes in is from the right source. What we do is to elaborate and analyze the news that is for the day. Thank you, guys. I love you. See you tomorrow again. Bye for now and have a blessed day.